Please subscribe and don't forget to press the bell icon to get notified whenever we upload a new video.
Business Saturday. I'm Mitali Patel. Let's get straight to the big earnings. Reliance Industries came out with in-line set of fourth quarter. While the petchem business continued to grow during the quarter, the company saw its refined business come under pressure. The company's telecom business, Reliance Jio's performance was a tad below street estimates. Sonia Shenoy is here to decode the numbers for us. Sonia, what were the key takeaways from Reliance Industries' fourth quarter earnings?
Thanks for that. Reliance came out with numbers in line with street estimates. It's the retail business that surprised positively this time around. The retail revenues went up by 30% quarter on quarter. Not just that, the retail earnings before interest and tax doubled on a quarter on quarter basis. The other key businesses, the petchem growth continued, so that was pretty good. It was a 12% growth that we saw on the operational front for the petchem business. However, on the flip side, the refining business was a tad bit under pressure. Gross refining margins at $11 a barrel were below estimates and below what they did last quarter. On the telecom side as well, it was slightly below estimates. The average revenue per user has been under pressure because they've been cutting tariffs. However, on the flip side, the subscriber base has gone up. The stock, of course, has seen a huge run up ahead of the numbers.
Let's also hear out what the CFO of Reliance Industries, Alok Agarwal, has to say about Jio's performance.
Jio is India's largest wireless data subscriber network. We added more subscribers than all the other operators in India during the past year. We also carry 81% of all 4G data in the country. Another metric of looking at customer and subscriber engagement with us is in terms of voice. On average, our subscribers spent 716 minutes per month using voice.
Standard disclaimer on your screen. Reliance Industries owns Network 18 and TV18, the companies that also operate CNBC TV18. Now, last night, Indigo announced that Aditya Ghosh had resigned as the president and whole-time director of the company. Doubts are being raised over Aditya Ghosh's sudden resignation. We learned from sources that differences had cropped up between Aditya Ghosh and Indigo's leadership. Ashpreet Sethi joins us with the details. Ashpreet, what are your sources telling you?
Well, absolutely. Now, see, this came as a big shocker as far as Aditya Ghosh stepping down is concerned. But what we pick up from sources is that for past several months, this had been brewing because, see, the kind of expats that have come on Indigo's board. Now, you see, Wolfgang was taken over from GoAir. He's now the CEO who was got on the board in January. Gregory is also there from advisor. He will be chosen to become the next CEO. While Rahul Bhatia has taken over as the interim CEO, what sources tell us within Indigo is that there were certain spats as far as between Aditya Ghosh and these expats is concerned. They were brought in to oversee how he was performing as the president. So now what remains to be seen is whether Indigo will be focusing more on their long-haul flights, because remember, these expats have been brought in because of their experience of international operations. However, there have been differences, what we pick up from sources as well, as far as Aditya Ghosh dealing with the A320neos, which were grounded. $600 million is the kind of loss that Indigo had borne as far as putting 11 neos on ground is concerned. Also, the Air India saga as to how they went on record saying they want to go ahead and bid for Air India, but later withdrew, saying that they are interested only in international operations. So these are some of the issues which have cropped up. We'll have to wait and see where does Aditya Ghosh head, because the email that was shared or the press release was shared says that he will be looking at going ahead and starting his new venture. Back to you.
Ashpreet, many thanks for that story. Let's also move on and get in some opinion from Ramdev Agarwal of Motilal Oswal on what Aditya Ghosh's resignation will mean for the company going ahead and its impact on the stock in particular.
I think a lot of smart investors will look at as a buying opportunity, because I don't think even a percentage of future changes. Management team is very deep, and they have global experience. This is one of the finest global corporation out of India. So I would see it as an opportunity to buy if there is a major correction in the stock. He is the face of Indigo for us, though the co-promoters are different. But we always saw him leading the front. So it's come like a bit of surprise, but it happens in the corporate world. I don't think the future of airline is dependent on one person, though his contribution has been immense. But I think airline is much bigger than a person, so I think market should not have any worry. I mean, I as an investor, I don't have any worry about the future of Indigo per se, because Mr. Ghosh's resignation has been announced.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi meets Chinese President Xi Jinping in China. Both the leaders hold delegation-level talks and stress on world peace and enhancing bilateral ties. Prime Minister Modi emphasized the global leadership role India and China could play and called for informal summits to become a regular feature. He even invited Mr. Xi for one in 2019. Both the leaders have decided to issue strategic guidance to their respective militaries to strengthen communications and to build trust and understanding. The two leaders recognized terrorism as common threat and committed to cooperate further on counter-terrorism. Also, in a move that could upset Pakistan, the leaders have agreed to undertake a joint India-China economic project in Afghanistan at their first informal summit here. Official sources say both sides will identify the project in following up discussions and work out the modalities. Now, in what could be one of the biggest deals in the publishing space, author of 5 Point Someone, Chetan Bhagat, has signed a multi-million-dollar deal with Amazon Publishing for his next 6 books. Westland, an Amazon company, will distribute the books in India. CNBC TV18's Priya Sheth caught up with Chetan Bhagat on this deal and much more. Listen in.
So it's a global deal with Amazon Publishing, which they'll be my publisher for my next few books. 3 fiction titles, 3 non-fiction titles, they'll be the publishers. The first book comes out in October, around Diwali this year, like I normally release my books. And it gives me global reach, as well as Amazon's penetration in tier 2, tier 3 in India. It gives me Indian heartland reach.
You're also a social media influencer. You have a lot of following on social media as well. Does it perhaps, sometimes do you feel it difficult to put out your views without being politically correct at all times?
Yeah, it's a challenge now. When I was just starting out, I could say anything, I could make any joke. Now you have outrage on Twitter and I have millions of followers and somebody's going to misinterpret it. So you have to be a little bit careful, which is difficult for me because my irreverence and my humor has made me get a readership, but now I have to be careful. So I still put foot in my mouth many times.
We're going to do a very quick rapid fire. Are you ready?
Yes.
Fiction or non-fiction, your favorite?
Fiction.
If not an author, then?
Banker.
Your role model?
Steve Jobs.
If you had to pick one of your books, which would it be?
Always the latest, because that's the latest baby, So it's the unreleased book that comes in Diwali this year.
Your biggest regret?
There is really no regret. I think just starting a little sooner, being a little wiser. I was really stupid in my 20s, I think.
Okay, fill in the blanks. Critics should be?
Kinda, I don't know.
Fan mail should be? Or fan feedback should be?
Welcome. It's very welcome.
Okay, if you had to give one piece of advice to the following, what would it be?
Oh, that's a minefield you're making me. I don't know what.
Rahul Gandhi.
Keep trying.
Modi.
What advice I'll give him? He's, just listen to the people, I think.
Shah Rukh Khan.
I want advice from him. How does he stay so fit at that age? So I want advice from him. And when is he do a movie with me? Maybe I'll tell him that. He's the only one left in the big Khans I've not done a movie with. So.
Nirav Modi.
Shine on, you crazy diamond. Have you heard that song? I don't know. Just stay hidden. I don't know.
Vijay Mallya.
I think be friends with Nirav Modi and just kind of hang out and annoy everybody by posting pictures on Instagram of how you're hanging.
Chanda Kochar.
Quit.
That was Chetan Bhagat in a candid chat with Priya Sheth. But let's back to the big story we promised ahead of the break. Fortis has extended the deadline for suitors to the 1st of May for the final submission of offers to buy the company. The strengthened board of Fortis sets a deadline to pick the buyer to be put to stakeholders' vote on the 22nd of May. Nisha Podar is here with the details. Nisha.
Thanks for that. The new Fortis board, which is strengthened by the FII's appointed 3 independent shareholders, backed by the advisory committee, which is independent in nature with 2 members, they are going to now take the final decision of the new suitors or the present suitors who, if they give revised orders on bids on May, bids on May 10th. Now, 1st of May is the deadline for all the revised binding bids to come in for Fortis now, and 22nd of May is the final EGM when the shareholders will really decide whether or not the buyer, as recommended by board, will land up buying Fortis Healthcare. So these are the new deadlines that have been set for Fortis Healthcare's deal. Now it looks much more imminent and much more concrete in nature, with a strengthened board where FIIs also have had a say. So it's a very, very big and a good development as far as Fortis Healthcare's sale process is concerned, and with much more independence, transparency, as well as corporate governance being sorted.
Nisha, many thanks for getting us that update. So 1st of May and the 22nd of May, 2 crucial dates. Now RERA, or the Real Estate Regulation and Development Act, which came into effect on the 1st of May 2017, completes a year. The very spirit behind this act was to regulate an erstwhile free-for-all real estate industry and protect the rights of the home buyers who often committed the largest chunk of their life savings in buying this asset. CNBC TV18 brings you a status report on RERA implementation pan-India with our reporters from across the country gathering the ground reality.
This was the rage of stuck home buyers last summer, when RERA was implemented to bring them some relief. While 28 states and union territories were meant to notify the RERA rules and appoint a regulator on 1st of May 2017, only Maharashtra got it in place on the D-Day. A year later, the numbers paint a less than rosy picture. 20 states and union territories have notified RERA rules and established a RERA authority. Only 14 states and 5 union territories have a functioning website. Only 10 states and 5 union territories have a real estate appellate tribunal. 25 states still do not have a permanent regulator. They are surviving on an interim regulator. Without a website, a functioning appellate and a permanent regulator, RERA implementation by law is incomplete. And that perhaps is the reason why to date only 27,000 projects are registered with RERA across the country, when experts estimate ongoing projects to exceed 75,000. Some states like Telangana stand out with 0 RERA registrations.
If you are looking to pick up a RERA registered project, then you may have to wait at least 3 months. But what many buyers are opting for instead is ready-to-move in units that do not fall under the ambit of RERA, which is only for projects commenced post 1st January 2017.
The other southern state of Tamil Nadu, though slow to take off on notifying rules and setting up of a website and appointment of a chairman, has now completed most of the formalities. Yet, stuck home buyers of projects like Marg have been severely disappointed.
Housing Board DTCP has given a certificate saying that they are structurally completed, but the builder has admitted to RERA saying that there are 2 blocks that have not been completed.
In fact, mixed experience of buyers in getting relief from RERA seems to be evident even in states like Maharashtra, which have truly taken the lead in implementing RERA and brought resolution to over 1,000 unhappy home buyers.
In 2017, when we looked at the government offering us a tool like the MahaRERA where we could go with our request, the MahaRERA took just 2 months and 2 hearings, that's it. And we got an order which talks about refund to be in 4 months, and the first installment is already in my bank.
In a federal structure like India, the first 2 to 3 years of RERA transition period will be painful. It is a fact that is openly acknowledged by the poster boy, MahaRERA chief Gautam Chatterjee. And his view is supported even by the Fight for RERA convener, who says you cannot dismiss what's been achieved so far.
It is only 2 years since RERA was enacted, and as you know, we are already seeing 27,000 projects has been registered under RERA. There are 16 states where website is fully operational, 10 states where authorities are functioning. So we cannot say that RERA is not at all functioning.
With RERA, it is the question of glass half full or half empty. But no one is ready to give up yet on this legislation. Every stakeholder from developer to buyer is hopeful that year 2 will see RERA in its true spirit. The pressure from the central government needs to be maintained to get all the states to fall in line. With Bureau Inputs in Mumbai, Ashwini Priyolkar.
And now let's get you something lighter this Saturday morning. My colleague Shruti Mishra caught up with ace batsman Rohit Sharma amidst the IPL mania. Find out if he hooks or ducks the rapid-fire bouncers.
Brace yourself. We expect answers to be rapid and expect a lot of fire.
Yeah.
All right. So my first question, what is more challenging, being an opener or captaining the team?
Captaining the team.
Okay. Apart from Mumbai Indians, which IPL team would you like to captain?
Eden Garden is my favorite ground.
Okay.
So, and lot has happened at Eden Garden for me. So I would say KKR.
KKR. All right. Test, one day or 2020, your favorite?
I think all 3 formats.
We already know about the 3 double centuries that you've made. Have you played gully cricket, which I'm sure a lot of everyone in India has played gully cricket.
Yes.
What's your highest gully cricket score, we want to know? And how many windows did you break?
I've broken a lot of windows.
Yeah.
400 plus, but I don't know the exact score, but I know it was 400 because every time you score 100, you take a round and show it to everyone. So I remember I took 4 rounds.
Wow.
That's how I remember it was 400, yeah.
A bowler Rohit Sharma fears the most?
Not fears, I would put challenge.
Okay.
Challenges me the most.
Challenges
I would say Dale Steyn.
Okay. Favorite cuisine?
Japanese, Mexican.
Okay. Favorite holiday destination?
Europe.
All right. Most stylish cricketer, apart from you, of course.
There are lots. I mean, when I came into the team, I thought UV was the one who was leading the way. Not anymore.
Okay. Who's leading it now then?
Leading it now, all these new guys, they're just, they're pretty good, yeah.
A style trend you're currently obsessed with?
My baseball cap, long line t-shirt and a jeans with sneaker.
Batting first or chasing, what do you prefer?
Batting first.
Okay, most successful captain?
MS Dhoni.
Okay, Captain Cool.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Your cricket idol apart from Sachin Tendulkar?
Ricky Ponting.
Okay, if not cricket, then which sport? What would you have done?
I would have played football, but I don't know how far I would have gone, but football, yeah.
And with that, it's a wrap on this edition of Business Saturday. Many thanks for watching.